This is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely amazing. On the 80 years ceremony since the first of the classic Thomas and Friends books was published, the author, the creator of Thomas and Friends, Reverend Wilbert Awdry, has been honored with a beautiful blue plaque that has been, unveiled at his former home. This was done by Reverend Awdry's family. And was unveiled by his daughter Veronica Chambers. She says right here, on behalf of the Awdry family, I am delighted that my father has been honored with a national blue plaque from the historic England. And then this is what the plaque looks like right here. Right here. I think there's another picture over here that you can kind of see a bit better. Oh, sorry. Right here. So it's beautiful. It says Historic England, the Reverend Wilbert Awdry, 1911 to 1997, children's author who created Thomas the Tank Engine lived here, right? This is a guy who created, the Railway series, who created Thomas, who created the engines that we love, Gordon, Edward. It all started with him. And of course, it makes sense, right? He is someone who not only had a great, amazing, creative and wonderful mind, but he loved trains. He loved engines. He loved the railway just as much as you and me, who found a passion and take that passion and created something new, something that exists to this day. 80 years. 80 years. That's close to a century. Thomas is 80 years old. Can you believe that? But obviously, it's just wonderful that they're honoring him. Alongside his role as a parish priest, he was a lifelong dedicated railway enthusiast, and by creating Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, he invented a magical, fictional world that has enchanted generations of children and adults across the world. I'm serious. There are generations of Thomas fans, over the past 80 years, right? People that are my age or younger or older or much older who've loved Thomas, who loved engines and loved the stories that Reverend Awdry put together. It's truly is a wonderful honor that they have bestowed upon him, right? His grandson, Mark Chambers, said it's this very special day. It's a wonderful thing that these stories have endured as long as they have for 80 years. I'm honestly am glad that they remembered him. Right? It's 80 years, right? And of course Mattel wants to take advantage of this and celebrate 80 years and let people know, hey, this is Thomas, they want to sell more toys, right? But to remember that it started with one man, right? One man and his love of trains. And that it's important to acknowledge the creator, right? That this is where Thomas originates from. And I truly am glad that they did so. It's really funny. The Guardian here, we have a lot of different newspapers that reported on this. And of course, I will link these sources in the description of the video. But it says that in the addition of the new Historic England plaque to Wilbert Awdry's old address in Stroud is expected to prompt fans of Thomas the Tank Engine and his fellow locomotives to make a pilgrimage to the street to pay their respects. So that's interesting. I don't know how many people go to visit his house. I'm going to say this name, the city wrong. I do apologize for all our UK friends. Gloucestershire? I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know how many fans visit the house, but it must be pretty awesome to visit a place where this man has lived, where the Reverend Wilbert Awdry, once resided in his journey of creation of Thomas. So it's awesome, and I think it's worth acknowledging. And I'm glad. It looks like Mattel, it looks like Mattel was involved because they have looked like official Thomas merchandise here. I believe that this picture, this is on the BBC, which is a news website, has a picture here and there's All Engines Go Thomas right in the background here. So I think that Mattel is involved in a way, but not like in a way where like they're like trying to like promote it and commercialize it. More like saying, hey, we're going to provide materials to you, to the family, in addition for this honor of that we want to that the historic England wanted to bestow on the family. Because let's be honest, Reverend Wilbert Awdry created a cultural icon that has affected not just his family, not just England, not just the UK, but the entire world. Even reaching me, a California boy in a different country, the United States, right? But touches everyone around the world, and I think that's awesome. I'm glad that these different news organizations are reporting on it and saying, hey, Thomas matters, Wilbert Awdry matters, his family matters, and it begins here. This is the story. This is the generations. Let's see. There was the plaque. Here's the plaque there, right, by Historic England, and that's a much better view of it. But yeah, if you ever happen to be in the area, maybe you could take a trip over, see his house, see the plaque, take a picture, take a selfie with the plaque, and say that you were here. Where you're walking on the same street that Reverend Wilbert Awdry walked. That's pretty awesome. I think that is absolutely phenomenal, and I'm glad that they honored him. Take care, guys. I'll see you later. And let's look forward to hopefully more wonderful Thomas news in the future. I can't imagine what they'll do for the 100th anniversary. That will be absolutely incredible. But we're going to have to wait 20 years for that, guys. 20 years.